Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Women on Stage International Women's Day 2024 Global Virtual Conference. Thank you all for being here. I'm so excited to be here today and thrilled to have all of you joining us. Before we start, I want to ask you if you ever heard someone say, "We keep our job postings open for all, but we only get male applicants." Sounds familiar? Or, alternatively, "Our tech events are open for all, but women hardly ever show up." The thing is that while companies struggle to attract and retain talents, women remain underrepresented in tech and are more likely to leave the workforce. Problem is that you can't be what you can't see. At Women on Stage, we strongly believe in the power of representation. Namely, representation matters. International Women's Day, held on March 8th, is a global day dedicated to the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women, celebrated for well over a century. This significant day, often extended into a full month, serves as more than just a celebration. It marks a call to act for women's equality. Some might ask, do we still need International Women's Day? Women can do anything today. Well, today I want to talk about why we still need to acknowledge this day or month, especially in tech, and how we can all make a difference. But before we dive into that, let me introduce myself and share with you more about what we do at Women on Stage. So hi, I'm Moran. I'm the CEO and founder of Women on Stage. And once again, welcome everybody to the Women on Stage IWD2024 Global Virtual Conference. In my previous background, I have 10 years of experience working as a software engineer, mainly working at Wix, and other than that, I'm also a social psychologist, meaning I have a master's degree in social psychology, which is the realm of defining relationships and behaviors among social groups. And most of our work at Women on Stage and what I'm going to discuss here today is based upon research coming from this domain. And I invite you all to follow me on LinkedIn and on Twitter. For those of you who want to learn more about the Women on Stage platform, basically, it's all about role models. At Women on Stage, we elevate women in tech careers by upskilling women professionals and amplifying their voices, creating more and more role models for women in tech and leadership positions, and providing them a platform where they can take the stage and influence others. Together, we create a movement that inspires women to lead, grow, and speak up. Because we believe that if you can see it, you can be it. First, we host our own in-house conferences and meetups, in person or remotely online, aimed for women in tech and their allies, usually open for all genders like we have here today. And we welcome and very happy to see men with us and on our side. Second, we have the speaker platform for tech speakers and event organizers, where you can easily find over 900 qualified professional women speakers for your next tech event, or join as a speaker to gain visibility, resources, skills, and even find public speaking opportunities. So if you're a speaker, you're welcome to join us. It's free. Third, and most importantly, we also train the next generation of women on stage at the Technical Speakers Academy. It's a unique and comprehensive training program created to turn R&D professionals into star public speakers who actually become new role models themselves. We get you all the tools you need to speak at tech conferences worldwide, become a thought leader, and exhilarate your career. Some of our previous alumni are even speaking here at this conference today. Check out this QR code to learn more and register to be notified when our next cohort opens, because your voice deserves to be heard too. And if you have any questions for our speakers, we also have a new Discord community, and we've sent you the link to join, and this is the place to engage and connect with like-minded individuals and ask our speakers any questions you may have. Lastly, you're welcome to check our new podcast, available on all platforms, the Backstage Stories of Women on Stage, where we amplify the voices of leading women in tech from all across the globe. And there are many more yet to come since we're going global big time. So stay tuned and join us. Before we go back to International Women's Day, I'd like to thank all of the people and the companies who made this conference possible. Thank you Intuit, Wix Engineering, and Sky, who actively choose to promote diversity as part of their mission. We truly couldn't have done this without you. Be sure to check our job board with lots of wonderful opportunities from our sponsors. Okay, so we're here to talk about International Women's Day. So let's go back and ask again why we still need it, why it's so important. A little history. International Women's Day, or IWD, has occurred for well over a century, with the first IWD gathering in 1911 when women fought for their right to vote, and it was supported by over 1 million people. So one might say, hey, in this day and age, women can do anything. They can vote, they can take any positions they want, they can be mothers, they can have a career, they can do whatever they want if they just work real hard. Well, unfortunately, it's a little more complicated than that. I want to read the official definition for International Women's Day. International Women's Day, March 8th, is a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. This day also marks a call to action for exhilarating women's equality. So, the goal of this day is on the one hand to celebrate our accomplishments and the progress that was already being made, which is totally amazing and miles away from where we've been a century ago. And on the other hand, when we take the time to acknowledge this day, we also understand there's still a long, long journey ahead of us. And today, at this very conference, we're here to do both of these things simultaneously for women in tech, and that's precisely what we strive to address. And why tech? Because this is the industry that makes our world go round. Technology is rapidly changing the way we live, the way we work, and practically impacts all aspects of our lives. And we all need more female voices and more diversity in those who are actually creating the technology, so that women's needs everywhere will be addressed. So, on the one hand, we're here to celebrate what we have already accomplished, and this event taking place at the Global Pi Day, or March 14th, is a great date for this proud celebration of geekiness and knowledge. Just look at this incredible, diverse lineup of global speakers, proud geeks. We've got speakers from all over the world: USA, UK, Spain, Denmark, Poland, the Netherlands, and Israel. These are some of the best women leaders in the global tech scene, all registered on the Women on Stage global platform, and they will share their invaluable insights in 3 main tracks: data and AI, software engineering, and diversity and inclusion. All talks were carefully curated to inspire you wherever you are and to provide you with practical, useful knowledge that can help you learn something new and take your career to the next level. All talks are available for you for VOD watching, so you can watch them at your own pace. And soon I will share with you some teasers over their talks, so you'll be able to choose the ones you want to watch first as part of the conference. So that's on the one hand, the celebration of our achievements already done. But on the other hand, we're also here to shed some light with a call to action for the things that we still need to address. And we're not quite there yet. How far are we? Let me share with you the staggering statistics. Did you know that women currently hold only around 20% of the world's engineering roles, less than 10% in senior leadership, only around 5% of large company CEOs are women, only 2% of all venture capital fundings goes to female-founded startups. Women who work in tech progress from entry-level roles to managerial positions at much lower rates and are twice as likely to leave the workforce. This is a tremendous waste of the industry's human potential, and it's not because women lack the skills to do so. The problem is that the industry fails to make changes to accommodate women's needs. despite the fact that the most diverse companies are more likely to outperform less diverse peers on profitability. Moreover, the greater the representation, the higher the likelihood of outperformance. Promoting and retaining women in tech is not only the nice thing to do, but it also has a huge financial impact on the business side. In addition, let's talk about imposter syndrome and the confidence gap. Personally, I have founded Women on Stage out of my own pain. So you may see me now, here, or in this photo, where I'm giving a talk up on stage looking pretty happy. And you probably think, she's always been like that. But while I was working many years as a software developer in a male-dominated field, I battled severe stage fright and imposter syndrome. Not only was I scared going up on stage, I was too afraid to raise my voice even in mundane daily meetings at work, being found out as a fraud. But it's not just me. A Stack Overflow survey from 2019 asked more than 70,000 software developers worldwide to evaluate their own competence for the specific work they do, coding, and the years of experience they have. So, junior developers of all genders initially experience self-doubt and fear of being exposed as a fraud. However, later on, a senior female software engineer exhibits as much confidence in herself after twice as many years in the field compared to her male counterpart. For instance, a woman with 10 years of experience considers herself as above average at the same rate as a man with only 5 years of experience. Similarly, a woman with 15 years of experience gets as much confidence as a man with only 7.5. And lastly, this is 2024. We have to talk about the generative AI revolution and its potential impact on gender equality. A recent research conducted by Bloomberg has found that Stable Diffusion's text-to-image models doesn't only replicate existing biases, it can actually make them worse than what they really are. An analysis of more than 5,000 images created with Stable Diffusion found that it takes racial and gender disparities to extremes, worse than those found in the real world. AI language models draw their material from already published information, meaning that they can replicate existing gender biases and patterns we perpetuate in our societies. So AI models have inherent biases that are representative of the datasets they are trained on, but they can actually generate a distortion of reality. The researchers prompted the text-to-image model to create representations of workers for jobs that are currently or typically considered high-paying or low-paying. For each image depicting a perceived woman, the Stable Diffusion generated almost 3 times as many images of perceived men. Most occupations in the dataset were dominated by men at higher rates than their representation in real life. For instance, I tried it myself with Canva's built-in AI, which, by the way, actually puts an emphasis on debiasing race. And here's what I got when my prompt was a software engineer or a tech CEO versus what I got when I asked for a picture of HR or a secretary. And if we go back to talk about role models, then generative AI is actually generating new role models, but not necessarily the ones we need to see. The problem is that people learn from seeing or not seeing themselves that maybe they don't belong. Just imagine, close your eyes and imagine you walk into a room full of people from the opposite gender. Do you feel like you belong? So what can you do? Awareness is key. So next time you generate images, or even when you use real ones, and it doesn't matter if it's for a presentation that you're making for work, if it's for your company's social media or career pages you create to attract candidates, make sure these images are diverse. Verify these images are inclusive and include images of women. If they include a large group of people, having only one woman is not enough. Count the men women ratio in your images. Also, verify that the women in your images are active, upfront, and doing the same jobs as the men. For instance, coding in front of the computer versus taking notes. May sound trivial or small, but it's all of these things that add up and ultimately make a difference because there is a deeply human need to look up to and be inspired by people we identify with. So let's go back to the actual real models we brought here for you and for our celebration of geekiness in tech with the speakers for our International Women's Day conference. Don't worry, they will keep talking about AI. So, we're here to inspire you and to provide you with all the tools that can help you take your career in tech to the next level. And I want to start introducing our fantastic speakers. These are our role models. People used to search for information using books, and then search engines came along. Large language models, or LLMs, are now changing the way we retrieve data at an unprecedented pace. Join Neil Ullman, R&D manager at Wix, in her talk, Things LLMs Can Teach You About LLMs.
Hi there, I'm Neil Ullman, R&D manager at Wix. I'm a Women on Stage graduate from the first cohort in 2020, and I'm proud to be joining the conference this year as a speaker. Join my session to learn about things that LLMs can teach you about LLMs, where I'll share how your organization could use LLMs to bring in innovation. Thank you for joining.
Are you curious to learn how to go zero to hero with chatbots and getting from an idea to a chatbot pilot? Join Maria Deschel, CEO and founder of Tangible AI, with her talk, Launching a Chatbot Project in 10 Steps.
Hi, my name is Maria. I'm the founder and CEO of Tangible AI, and in the last 6 years, I've led and supported more than 30 chatbot projects around the world. Now that chatbots are all around us, it might be tempting but also intimidating to build your own. So join me on Women on Stage conference in order to learn a 10-step framework on how to go zero to hero with your own chatbot.
Have you ever wondered how deep neural networks evolved to become what they are today? Did you know they actually go back over a century from the dawn of modern statistics? Join Alice Friedberg, data science team leader at Sky, as she will present a brief history of data science.
Do you think that AI knows what International Women's Day is? Do you think it knows what it stands for? Honestly, I don't know. But it seems like AI is everywhere these days and there is nothing it cannot do or doesn't know. So I think now is a good time to learn a little bit about its history. Hi, I'm Alice, and join me for a quick talk about the history of data science, where we'll talk about how it all began, cover some of the latest trends, and make some assumptions about the future. See you there.
How can we provide resiliency for data leakages and ensure privacy preservation in the context of a data-driven culture? Join Margarita Wald, a security researcher at Intuit, and her talk, Unlocking Data Privacy Challenges in Machine Learning, the Case of Decision Trees.
Hi, my name is Margarita Wald and I'm a security researcher at Intuit. I invite you to attend my talk today and learn how we can protect data in order to avoid data breaches, especially in machine learning applications. In my talk, I'm going to focus on a solution for the widely used decision tree models and show you how we can protect the data within these models. Hope to see you.
How do women bring unique perspectives to AI development, leading to more innovation? Thus, why does AI need more women? Join Ligi Thomas, a data and AI manager at Valorem Reply, and with her talk, Why AI Needs More Women, Fostering Diversity in the Age of Intelligence.
Hey there, I'm Ligi Thomas from Valorem Reply. Join my session about why AI needs more women, where I'll delve into the significant impact of gender diversity in shaping AI innovation. We'll discuss how including diverse perspectives helps foster a more ethical, inclusive, and effective AI solutioning. Let's explore how empowering women in AI isn't just about equality, but also unlocking all the potential possibilities in this space. Waiting to see you there.
Did you know that 50% of women leave tech jobs before the age of 35? And that's typically where the story stops. But what are all these smart women doing with their careers after they quit? Join Katrina Walker, the CEO and founder of CodeUp, and her talk about charity new courses, women entrepreneurship, and the post-tech frontier.
Hi, my name's Katrina Walker, and I'm the CEO and founder of CodeUp. I hope you join me on Pi Day because I want to share with you a counter narrative related to women in tech that you probably haven't heard of. And I'll be clear with my objectives. I hope that after listening in, you will consider actually being part of the 10% of women who leave tech to go on to launch their own startups. See you there. Bye.
Many women in technology will abandon this industry before they reach their mid-career, more than any other STEM-related industry. We don't want that to happen, so let's have a real talk about surviving in the IT industry. Join Gilda Alvarez, the CEO of Waveform Data Solutions, and her talk, Women in Tech Survival Kit.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gilda Alvarez. I'm a founder and CEO of Waveform Data Solutions. I have 2 decades of experience in the data domain. Join me to the next Women on Stage so that I can share with you my journey and the survival kit that has allowed me to climb this mountain. We will go over the Athena factor and many of the obstacles and things that we will face while climbing this mountain. Thank you and hope to see you soon.
Is your LinkedIn profile optimized? Do you know how to leverage it for business? Join Stephanie Melodia for her talk, Get in the Top 1% of LinkedIn, and learn how to build and optimize your online personal brand on LinkedIn. Why should you start your own podcast? How do you build a successful podcast channel? Discover how to master podcasting with Michal Porat, social media and creative content manager at Salesforce, for her talk, Podcasting One-on-One, a practical guide to launching your podcast.
Hi, my name is Michal Porat. I'm a podcaster and a brand marketeer from Israel. Join me for my session Podcasting 101 to explore the fundamentals of launching your personal podcast at the upcoming Women on Stage conference.
What steps can you take to overcome the challenges you're facing in your career and achieve the growth and advancement you desire? Hear it from Anat Rapoport, VP of R&D on Demand, and the author of Women Up, Your Guide to Success in Engineering and Tech, with her talk, Women Up, and Lead Your Career.
Do you want to advance your career? Join my session in the next Women on Stage about how to do that and get the best tips that you can implement immediately. I am Anat Rapoport, an experienced VP R&D. I mentored hundreds of women over the years, and I want to share my experience with you. See you soon.
How can we make the web more accessible to users with disabilities? Do we understand our users' needs in the development process? Dominika Zając, software engineer at Qualtrics, will share with us how to make the internet accessible for everyone.
Hello, I'm Dominika Zając and I'm a software engineer from Kraków, Poland. Can't wait to meet you all at Women on Stage conference, where I will share my tips on how to make your webpage accessible for everyone, including people with disabilities and special needs. Can't wait to meet you all there, so see you!
Why is DevOps becoming such a popular field? How do you make a move and become one? Is it worth it? May Mayan Bisaron, senior platform engineer at Forte and an international tech public speaker, will answer all of your questions in her talk, From a Backend Developer to DevOps, The Force Awakens.
Hi everyone, my name is May Bisaron. I am a senior DevOps engineer at Forte. I am so happy to join Women on Stage with my talk, Going from Backend Engineer to DevOps, The Force Awakens. In this talk, I will tell you how did it go, how to do it, and was it all worth it? Join me if you want to hear the answer to all of these questions. I hope to see you there.
Would you like to have constructive retrospectives that do not make people cry? Join Aino Corey, the author of Retrospective Anti-Patterns and an Agile expert, for her talk about retrospective anti-patterns.
Hello, my name is Aino Corey. I am the author of the book Retrospectives Anti-Patterns, and I would like to talk about the anti-patterns in my book. I have facilitated retrospectives for more than 15 years, and I've seen everything that can possibly go wrong in the retrospective go wrong, and I will introduce you to how to get out of those bad situations and make great retrospectives.
How can companies build a successful R&D department that fosters a culture of knowledge sharing? What are professional guilds and why having them is essential for organizational success? Join Hila El-Kayam, R&D Group Manager at 10, for her talk, Guilds, Middle Ages concept, or is it?
Hey everyone, I'm Hilal Kayam. I'm an R&D Group Manager from 10. Join my session about the guilds and learn, is it just a Middle Ages concept? I will explain how I build the guilds in 10, hoping it will encourage you to do the same. See you there!
How do you balance prioritizing the technical needs over the product needs? When and why should you make infrastructure and architecture changes? Hear it from Vicky Kalmanovic, an engineering manager at Booking.com, in her talk, Software Managers, Focus on What's Important.
Hi everyone, my name is Vicky Kalmanovic. I'm an engineering manager at Booking.com. As a manager, did you ever find yourself torn between a million different requests coming from a million different directions? If this is the case, you should join my session on finding the right focus for your teams, where I'll discuss simple methods to help our teams bring maximum value. See you there!
In distributed systems, resilience is a fundamental necessity. Join Adora Nuwado, a multi-award winning software engineer and the founder of Nexascale, with her talk, Observability for Resilience in Distributed Systems. Lastly, after showcasing all of that talent and those role models, I want to reach out to you, those who are watching us at home, and tell you that you can be the change yourself. You can be a role model for somebody out there who needs to feel like they belong. And it doesn't matter what your gender is. We need allies and we can all make a difference. And I want to finish by sharing something personal with you and acknowledging my first ever woman role model, my mom, who's been battling cancer for the past year. She's a real fighter. And I want to dedicate this conference to her and thank her for always being there for me and for always being my biggest supporter even when I didn't believe in myself. She never thought I was an imposter even when I felt like one. And she's always the first one who got my back and dared to cheer me up. And I just wish I'll keep making her proud. Thank you. Thanks for everyone who joined in. We'd love to hear your feedback and your thoughts. Join us again. Visit womenonstage.net and follow us and myself on social media. And now go and watch those incredible speakers and their excellent talks.